Hello, friends. Welcome to another episode of this important podcast series, How Qigong and Tai Chi Changed My Life. I am absolutely delighted to be having Violet Lee as my guest today. Violet Lee is an award-winning journalist, a 12th generation Chen Style Tai Chi inheritor, certified Tai Chi instructor, an indoor disciple of Grandmaster Chen Zhenglei, and certified Heart Zone trainer. She has studied Tai Chi, Qigong, and heart fitness with grandmasters and experts. She has taught Tai Chi, Qigong, and other fitness programs to over 10,000 people online and in person with diverse demographic groups. Her passion for Tai Chi, Qigong, other internal Chinese martial arts, and fitness motivates her to write articles on the related events, people, theories, techniques, practices, and health benefits for you. We were just discussing the possibility that you have now written as many as 800 articles. Violet, hello. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Well, thank you very much, Susan, for inviting me here. And it's interesting. Normally, I play the role of an interviewer, but today I'm an interviewee. So that I
Well,
don't
I'm
know if
so
I can
happy.
do a good job.
Well, let me tell you, I always prepare for all my podcast interviews. And to prepare today, I've been watching scads of interviews that you've given, interviews that you've done, videos that you offer. But before we start, I just want to tell my own personal Violet Lee
Oh
story.
my God.
This is so beautiful. I really feel inspired and compelled to share. I attended a conference on Qigong and the medical care system in Boston in a few years ago. It was a medical-based research and presentation conference, and we were sitting quite a lot, learning so much about how Qigong and Tai Chi can really support your physical, mental, emotional, body, and wellness. And at a break during this conference, I went outside and I was saying to myself, gosh, I really need to move. And also, why aren't we doing any Qigong in this conference? I went outside into the big plaza where all the hundreds of conference people were, sort of filing out of the building. And I saw someone starting to lead Tai Chi. And it was a beautiful display of Tai Chi dance. That's what it looked like to me. And there was one or two people joining in, and I said, I am going to follow this beautiful leader. Of course, I didn't know who it was. I had no idea who you were at that time. And that beautiful Tai Chi dance master was you, Violet. It was such a beautiful, deep experience to witness people flowing in and following the Tai Chi, and then to see a few dozen people, doing the beautiful movements that you were leading. I call it a dance because that's what you inspire. So, Violet, I wanted to thank you personally for that moment and let you know how much I really appreciated it. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. And I guess that's part of me. And how should I say? From the very beginning, when I learned Tai Chi, and I always like to, how should I say, uh, enjoy it myself. And then I think one thing about Tai Chi Chuan has taught me is I should not be afraid to be judged. Okay, and growing up, and I I grew up in Taiwan, and it's a very competitive system, school system. So we are constantly being judged. And my whole life, I was worried about being judged. But then learning Tai Chi really liberated me. And I feel like, say, we should not judging other people, and we should not be afraid to be judged. And I'm will always be a student of a Tai Chi Chuan, right? And Qigong. And there's always so much to learn. And I wasn't there to, how should I say, to show off or whatever. And at that moment, and when you're talking about the Harvard conference, and yeah, we were sitting there and just feel really cold, and it
Yeah.
has beautiful sunshine outside. So during the break, and I went outside and I just start moving my body around, right? And long before I know it, and there were a few people follow me, and then so that's how it was. And it was very organic, and yeah, and
I just
I
want to I just want to say, first of all, my hand is on my heart. Also, Violet, I don't know if you know me, but I write a lot of notes. So when I'm
oh
looking down, it's
okay,
because I'm writing notes because I want to remember what you're saying. I want to respond.
thank
You've
you.
already answered one of the questions. How did Qigong and Tai Chi, in this case, Tai Chi, change my life? And when you say that you grew up in this competitive environment where you were judged, and that Tai Chi liberated me to not to be afraid to be judged. Wow, coming from you at this time in your career to share this bit of information with others. Because as we come into the practice, most of us are afraid of getting it wrong. And as we come into teaching, all of us are afraid of getting it wrong. So I really wanted to just sit in this point where learning Tai Chi kind of liberated you. And also, you said, I wrote down the word enjoy, that you really enjoy it.
Yes, yes, definitely. And yeah, growing up, and I was always, how should I, not very healthy, and also I'm really bad at sports.
Ah,
And I always have a issue with my lower back, and I had a back pain. And after I had, you know, my child, and carrying the little baby actually made my back hurt really bad, and to a point I could not hold him anymore. So I was in that kind of a physical condition, and I did not learn Tai Chi like some other master. They learned it when they were really young, and I did not start until was should I just in my late 40s. Yeah, I started to learn the art, and yeah, and now I don't have. I look at all those sacred braces I have, and then there are other things because my health situation. I have um, for a couple of tunnel issues, and then
from writing
this
800 articles.
it's part of it.
Yeah.
It's also part of my other work, and requires me to do a lot of typing and so forth. So, but now I look at that box of the braces, and I hope I never have to use it again, right? And physically, and I have been improved, and my health definitely improved. And every time I go to see my doctor for annual checkup, and the doctor will always say, "I hope all my patients like yours," because my all the bio markers are very normal, very healthy. So
So
I
I wanted to say
mhm,
one of the videos that I watched of yours,
mhm.
you were sharing at a global summit this one idea, and that was just like you have to take medicine to get better, you got to take your
Yes.
pill.
Hmm.
Tai Chi,
Hmm.
Qigong and Tai Chi, it's not a pill, but you do have to practice it.
Oh, definitely, yes.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, I'm embarrassed to admit, and sometimes there are so many things in life takes priority, right? And how about that? I was lazy. I'm a human being as well, and sometimes I just don't practice that much. And then while I was traveling, and if I don't practice, say, a few days, and I could start feeling it in my lower back, start feeling funny. And if I don't practice, say, for 2 weeks, I will be walking like a 100-year-old lady, really hunched
Right.
over and
Wow. Wow.
hurt
Wow.
that bad. And so yeah, and but with
So
practice,
you're saying that basically in that video, and you're saying it again, practicing 3 to 4 days a week is part of the answer. And you also said in that video,
what?
you,
Okay,
you,
keep
you
going. You
also
tell me.
said Tai Chi practice does not have negative side effects like some medicines do. Rather, to the contrary, your doctor says to you, wow, all of your biomarkers are so good. I wish all my patients were like this. And now you're revealing here, which I appreciate because we really are here to edify and inspire and motivate people to take charge of their personal health. And to do that, it does take practice a few days a week.
Yeah, definitely. When I say the 3, 4 times a week, basically it's based on the scientific research, and they normally uh, have the patients, and these are all the clinical trials, and they have these patients come in, and then they practice normally like 3 or 4 times a week, and then each time about um, 40 minutes to an hour, depending on, of course, when they do an hour, they include the so-called warm up and the warm down and sessions. So yes, we have to do the work. It
We
is
have to
not
do the
just,
work.
yes.
Also,
Mhm.
it makes me
It is a
mindful that
maintenance. It's like a maintenance, right?
a maintenance program. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we put the motor oil in our vehicle, right? And then that's maintenance. And what do we put in our body, right? Hmm.
Right, exactly. And also, when you say 40 minutes to an hour, once you learn even some of the basics, once you talked about an 84 move form, everybody doesn't have to learn 84 moves,
No.
but once you learn some of the basics and you practice and you begin to feel how beautiful it feels, 40 minutes to an hour, first of all, it goes by quickly, but secondly, you don't have to pay for a gym. You don't
No.
have to, right? You don't have to have special shoes, like $200 sneakers or anything. All you really need to do is decide with what I call your mind focus to decide if you want to feel better. And boy,
Well, you're
when
so
you,
right on this. You are so right on that. And then, and the one thing, as I mentioned, previously, and because the travel schedules and so forth, so I could not practice. And then my body told me, say, you need to do it, right? And so then I started to to practice Tai Chi wherever I go. So yes, so and the Tai Chi is very portable. Like you say, we don't
yeah,
need to Tai Chi and Qigong, the same way Qigong, and we don't need to have a special attire, and and then we can wear anything, and to do it. So it is, and we don't even need a mat, right?
right. You know, I have a smile on my face because something else that I've learned is people are very intrigued Qigong is the energy that underlies Tai Chi. Tai Chi are the beautiful movements. It's all in there. But there's one thing that I know, Violet, and I wonder
Mhm.
if you experience this. People love watching Tai Chi. And when you're practicing out in the park, perhaps of the hotel yard where you are, people watch you when you're doing it. And I used to be one of those people. I would watch someone like you over there doing that and think to myself, wow, that's so beautiful. I wish I could do that. And that's one of the reasons this spoke to me so much when it came into my life. Do you know what I mean by this?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, um, uh, some qigong movements the same way. It has the quality of performances, right? So, so because it's very flowy movements, and people like to watch it. And one time I was at the airport. The flight was delayed. I, so I just stood up and do my practice. And some people say, "Can I follow you? Can I learn from you?" So that happens. Yeah, and I have these kind of requests, and many different places as I traveled, and but also I feel good about it is that the Tai Chi and Qigong, and is much better recognized these days, say than 20 or even 10 years ago. And 10 years ago, when I was, doing um, uh, Tai Chi or Qigong on a cruise line, a cruise ship, and people say, "What are you doing? Looks nice." But now they all say, "Oh, I know what are you doing. It looks nice."
Well,
So that's good. Mhm.
let me tell you, Violet, your 700 to 800 articles has made a difference there. Your hundreds
Thank
of
you.
interviews, also the head of my institute, Roger Yanka, the Institute of Integral Qigong and Tai Chi, uh, his decades of output for books and teaching, and then us newer people coming in and talking about it. I mean, just today, we have talked about in terms of how Qigong or Tai Chi can make a difference. First of all, that it helped you to not feel judged. And you said that you weren't really good at sports and
No.
that you
Mhm.
actually you had lower back pain, you got extreme back pain. Now these movements, all the baskets as we call them, the breath, the self massage, the meditation, help to reduce pain. You said you had a box of braces, and what you meant was you had wrist braces, various kind of braces, and that box of braces basically sits over there as a testament to an old way of life that you don't want to go back to. And then you said that the doctor talked about your good biomarkers, but especially you learned yourself that traveling was preventing you from practicing and you could feel the difference. I do some travel myself. I drive across country. I've driven across
Oh,
country 10
wow.
times. And so I stop and I do my body movement as well. And then the finally you said that it's gratifying to realize that these beautiful modalities are well recognized today. And so this is so good. I wanted to just talk for a moment about this idea that you just shared, that it has a quality of performance. Violet, that's something that you also bring and you teach us a little bit. Everybody does not it's not quite that beautiful. I wanted to ask you, is this something that's innate to you, or do you bring in your mind focus, connect it with the body movement, and just go in that way? How do you do such beautiful performance?
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very much for your complete nice words. And Um, it is not something, you get there at day first date. And like I say, I was very concerned about how people look at me, what people will say about me before. But as I was practicing and learning the art, and Tai Chi Chuan and Qigong are ancient Chinese practice, and it's based on the philosophy of the the Taoism. I'm talking about the philosophical Taoism, and how should I say, Confucianism, and as well as some of the Zen. And so it's heavily influenced by that. So if the number one thing we practice Tai Chi and Qigong is relaxation. And a lot of time, people ask me, how do I relax? I say the first thing is relax your mind. We
Mm.
let go of a lot of the thoughts. We let go of the self-judgment also. And we should not be afraid how we will be looked at, right? And once we can get there, our body can relax. It's not like you intentionally you do something to really relax your body, right? The proper body alignment, that's important. But but before that is relax the mind. And then so once I learned it, and I feel like say yes, I should just let go. And there was a very famous sculptor in Taiwan, and he also is a Tai Chi practitioner, a very seasoned Tai Chi practitioner. And one of the sculpture he did, and it's still, how should I say, uh, ingrained in me, is the heart. He has, it's like a profile of a person, and then here is the heart. Is how to let go that heart. That heart is not like say you don't care about other people. Is how do you let go and then not hold on to it, and to say it's me and versus you, and it's how I will be judged. So it's a lot of the let go process. And and I guess it doesn't matter if the person and they know the form well, if they can be their practice and then just not bothered by these worldly thoughts, I think that they can move nicely, beautifully. And then when we see that, we can resonate with that because that's the state of letting go, right? And then will just look beautiful. It's or how should I say, organically
Yeah.
done. It's not like I say, we purposely and whatever. So that's my take on it. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's so this is so good. First of all, thank you so much for spending time with me and for sharing your wisdom. When I learned, Roger calls it the three treasures, mind focus, body alignment, and breath awareness. And he teaches it a different way. He teaches body alignment first. But the reason I stayed with Dr. Roger Yanka is because he says, make it your own. And then
Mm-hmm.
he really means it and he doesn't judge you. And so to make it my own, I start in the place that you just said. I start with mind focus because I'm a very thinking, cerebral, former type A anxious person. And so I had to work to get, and I teach this in my class to get into the mind focus. I use my hands and the word settle,
Mm-hmm.
settle, so I really do get it. And what's important about this conversation is no one's saying it's easy to just let go. Oh, just let go. It's not like that.
No.
No, there's breath connected to it. There's thoughts connected to it. There's beautiful body movement connected to it. And then you say this sort of natural, organic,
Hmm.
evolved state of being allows you to let go. This visual, if I understood correctly, of the heart and things being held on, and then the master you referred to um helping you to understand to let go from your heart. This is the whole story, isn't it, Violet?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I have to say you are learning from the the master and Dr. Yanka, and I really, really, respect him, and I think he's so-called Tai Chi easy, and
Yeah.
it encompasses all the things. You talk about that, and we have been discussed about it. Yes, and it's very
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, thank
Hmm.
you so much. I'll send him your regards. But before I let you go, I just want to talk for a moment about this idea of getting to the practice. It takes, and we're not afraid to say, you said it before, it takes work to get to the practice. And if somebody were to look you up, which I encourage people to do, they're going to
Thank
see
you.
you and the way you perform and present and the way you inspire and write and speak. And then they're going to hear you sharing this vulnerable truth here and say, like, how did you get from your late 40s with back issues and carpal tunnel to this beautiful state of being? And the answer is there must have been some measure that you wanted to. You must have like wanted to feel better, to have the impetus.
Yeah, well, actually, I was kind of ignorant when I first started, and
Ah,
I know time, it's kind of running out, and so I am not going into the detail. I stumbled upon Tai Chi Chuan by accident. As a Chinese, that sounds strange, right? But we're not going to talk about that story. But I stumbled upon it by accident, and first just I did not think much about it, but once I got into it, and then I really feel, like I say, there are changes in my bodies, and also the changes in my attitude, and toward life, and toward myself, right? And yeah, I don't worry that much anymore. And so I try to follow the principle so-called Wu Wei. Wu
Wu
Wei is,
Wei.
yeah, what a lot of people in the West and translated it into say do nothing. Actually, it is not do nothing. If we do nothing, we'd be, yeah, we'd be dead, right? We have to do
Right.
something. But the important part is when we do something, we don't want to have that high expectation, and then that's puts a lot of unnecessary pressure on ourselves and on the relationship as well, right? So so you just do nothing. It you feel this is a good thing to do, you do it, but don't expect too much.
I
Yeah,
love
let
this.
it
Oh
go.
gosh, I love this. I love that you kind of called out the high expectations most of us have on ourselves. So when I first started learning about Wu Wei, I learned it as the translation sort of force nothing, not do nothing, but force nothing, but rather allow, to
Mm-hmm.
not
Oh,
force
that's
it, not have those high expectations, as you said, not be afraid of being judged, but rather to allow this beautiful thing. And I sort of call in like, well, in some fashion, you must have desired it. I said that. That's how it was for me, that began to have a deep desire. You stumbled into it, And I did too. Everybody knows my story. I won't repeat it here, but I had a deep desire, Violet, to feel better. And to tell you the truth, I'm a little fierce about saying any one of us can take our own well-being into our own hands. And
Oh,
you're
yeah.
much nicer and quieter than I am because I will tell people loudly and strongly and firmly, your well-being is in your hands. And then I will offer these beautiful practices are an easy, beautiful way to achieve, right?
Wonderful, wonderful, and I'm so glad. Finally I meet you, and because you're full of energy and passion, and you want to share, you want to help other people, and I think that this is good, and yeah, wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So let me ask, where can we point people to find you? Where could people learn about your work or contact you or find your online classes?
Well, thanks for asking. And then for my writing is violently taichi.com. Just my name, VIOLETLITAICH .com. And
Okay.
I'm old school. I learned journalism long, long time ago. I was inspired by Watergate. And I also think journalism is so important. Okay, so I try to separate my writing from my own things, my teaching business. So yes, I can save money to combine both websites, but I keep them separately on the violentlytaichi.com. Even though I have written more than 800 articles, I never talk about myself. Okay. And then, but on the other website, which is violently, just my name.com, and then you can find out my bio and people's endorsement and classes and so forth.
Good. Okay. I put both of those in the notes. I'm a writer myself. I'm not a journalist. I'm a writer. I've written books and I write
Excellent.
posts. And yes, and I believe in writing and I want to thank you for your journalism. I want to thank you for your fortitude to share information in an honest and direct way through journalism. Very important today of all times. And also, I can't wait to see you again. I already will look forward to seeing you, to following your beautiful practice. I strongly encourage people who are watching or listening to this to look Violet up and see what I'm talking about. As always, Violet, it's a pleasure. Thank you so much for spending time with
Thank you
me
so
today.
much. I have a lot of fun and to discuss the art with you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I'll talk to you soon.